Greetings, hamsters and hippos. This is Mad Hatter Patrick, and guess what? Backed by popular demand, it's another top 10, and not just any top 10, a top 10 total drama video. A while ago, I made the top 10 total drama villains where I look over the most evil of them all, from the psychotic Scarlet to the saboteur Scott to the handsome Alejandro to the queen bee Heather to the control freak Courtney. But most of the time, you can't have a villain without a hero to defeat them. Much like the total drama villains, we also remember these heroes for their lovable personality, charm, and character development that makes them who they are today. But let me tell you, there's more than 10 heroes in this franchise, so I had to find the most heroic of them all. Now for this list, we are still going to look over the heroes from all the seasons plus the Ridonkulous race, and pick 10 of them based on their heroic deeds and how they impacted the show. So let's put on our capes and reward these protagonists a marshmallow or a gilded crisp. This is the top 10 total drama heroes! Number 10. DJ. Looking back on DJ, I remember that he actually did so many good deeds in seasons 1 and 2. We all know Devin Joseph as a gentle giant. He loves animals and his mom. His first heroic action was actually in the episode Up the Creek. Not only did he give Jeff advice about his relationship with Bridget, but he carried Jeff due to his injury. But his biggest move was helping the killer bats to return back to camp with no oars and conquer his fear of water.
It's all up to me. I needed to swim like a killer bass should, and no wedgie flop was going to stand in my way.
Another noteworthy point on DJ being on this list is his role in total drama action. Jeff Hatchett formed an illegal alliance with DJ so he can have half the money and teach him on how to be a better cook and a tough guy. DJ's cooking did satisfy others, but he's starting to feel guilty about it. He keeps having visions of his mom who is disappointed in him because he made DJ to be the perfect son that can never lie or cheat. Despite the Screaming Gaffers winning the horror challenge, DJ made the ultimate sacrifice to quit the game in order to set things right. He didn't even regret quitting season 2, he proudly kept his chin up, and people still like him for his incredible meals. Now I'm putting him this low on the list because his unfortunate animal curse is one of the reasons why Team Victory was completely wiped out other than Alejandro manipulating them. But I will forgive DJ, he didn't want any of this to happen, especially with the animal mishaps. He just doesn't want to hurt another animal. DJ, the perfect son a mother could ask for.
I love you, Mom. That's it. Thanks for listening.
Number 9. Brick. Every person has a soft side, even the ones that are either strong or large and in charge. Brick is considered a fellow soldier, always helping and looking after others because he would never leave a man behind. He not only wakes up early every day and do some workouts, but he became an honorable team player.
Never met a girl stronger than me, Captain. Not even my ma.
His most heroic action was in the episode A Mind is a Terrible Thing to Waste, where he not only conquered his fear of the dark with his army boots to ward off the mutant golfers, but he made the ultimate decision to rescue his former team members even though he was on a different team. Yes, it did cost him and the Toxic Rack the game, but he made it worth it for Zoe, Mike, and Cameron. Now that's a soldier I can go with war every day. So young Brick MacArthur, I salute you! Number 8. Sanders and MacArthur. Of course it makes sense to have the cadets on this list. They are officers of the law. Sort of. MacArthur is the reckless one. Despite being polar opposites, where one wants to play it safe and the other relies on strength and pain, their teamwork is their strongest bond. Their bond completely changed when Sanders broke her arm, which MacArthur learns that being wild can sometimes lead you to the wrong direction. Even Sanders herself had to come out of her comfort zone, where she helped overcome the obstacles in New York and adopt some of her partner's habits.
Nice driving! I learned from the master!
The team would also help some of the other teams on the Ridonkulous race, like the Surfer Dudes and the Rabbits and Komodo Dragon Challenge. There was even at one point MacArthur rescued Jose's life at the Bahamas even though they're enemies.
You saved your mortal enemy, and I didn't even have to tell you to do it.
I guess you're rubbing off on me.
And even before the broken arm incident, the cadets worked together as a team. And they would even negotiate each other whenever they're coming in last, or they had to face a much bitter rival. The police cadets are strong as nails, and they will work as a team to help others.
As long as we don't break any international laws.
I'm okay with breaking a few.
Number 7. Jasmine/Sean. I know they're not a Redonkulous race team, but I had a hard time finding the best Pockettail Island hero. I mean, you got anyone, like Sammy or Sammy? The reason why they're both on this list because they each have a similar set of skills and are loyal to each other and everyone else on the island. Jasmine helped Sammy stand up for Amy by supporting her and being her best friend. She even kept Sammy's switcheroo a secret. As for Sean, he was actually more supportive on helping Dave to hook up with Sky. Despite Sean trying to look after himself because of zombies, he starts to realize that there's more to life than surviving the apocalypse when he helps Dave and falls in love with Jasmine. But I had to admit, it was awesome to see him beat up a bunch of Chris robots. But both of their heroicness comes from when they work together. Using their survival skills, they work together as a team to avoid the poison contestants, pass through the obstacles in the episode Scarlet Fever, and the rock climbing challenge. Jasmine gave her own life to help Sean win the game to earn her flower shop and karate dojo. And Sean realized that he should split the money with her. Even if he wants the million for his zombie shelter, he wants to do something nice for Jasmine for all the hard work she helped him all the way through the end. She's an Australian girl from the outback, he's a paranoid boy that watched too much zombie movies, and I say they're both an unbelievable duo.
Don't bite me! Oh. Okay.
Number 6. Jeff and Brody. The Server Dudes were one of the fun teams of the Redonkulous race, next to the Reality Pros, the Tennis Rivals, and the Police Cadets. But before we can get to that, we had to talk about Jeff on Total Drama. In Season 1, he was pretty much a cool party dude, always going with the flow and wash away any troubles. He was considered the nicest person on the show. His good deed comes from helping Bridget in the brunch of disgustingness. He talks down to her on dealing with eating meat to help her team to win, despite she's a vegetarian. He also got along with Gwen since she never got invited to a party in her life, but Jeff would like to welcome her. Even on Total Drama World Tour Aftermath, he got rid of Blaney for good so he and Bridget can host the Aftermath their way. Now granted, Jeff did some bad things with the Captain Hollywood incident and pairing up with Duncan to pick on Harold, so I had to take points off because of those. True, Jeff's good deeds were small in Total Drama Island, but he was given a bigger role in the spin-off. In the spin-off, Jeff was originally going to take Bridget on the show, but she was too busy surfing in Australia, so he decides to bring his best friend Brody. Like Season 1, they didn't compete on the race for the money, they did it for the fun and make the best of it. Even when things looked pretty bleak, they put themselves back together and never gave up. They did some nice things to the other teams, like help the cadets capture a Komodo dragon, some word wisdom for Dwayne about being a good father. They even sacrificed themselves for Carrie and Devin in Vietnam. Even though they were eliminated, they were given a second chance by Team Best Friends and became the first players in Total Drama history to make it to the finale as returnees. Jeff and Brody, the server dudes that tell us to chill out and party.
Awesome! Yes! I love you, man!
I'd marry you all over again!
Number 5. Lindsay. When she arrived on the island, Lindsay was quite an attractive girl, but as a character, she is mostly a comic relief that thinks about shopping, lip gloss, and sometimes forget people's names.
Jalapeno? When did you get here?
Silly Lindsay, I was here the whole time.
In Season 1, she teamed up with Heather because she thought they would go to the final 3 together alongside Beth, but the downside was she had to follow Heather's orders. Thankfully, Lindsay is more carefree and does whatever she wants, whether it be hanging out with Tyler or even following LaShawna's plans to lock Heather in the fridge. Despite Heather being the meanest on the island, she still remained loyal to her as a servant without realizing. It wasn't until That's Off the Chain when Heather betrayed Lindsay to build her bike and win first place at the race, but it cost Lindsay a trip to the Dock of Shame. Ever since then, Lindsay finally opened her eyes and snapped.
I thought we were BFFs, but they're right! You really are a two-faced, backstabbing, lying little no-good, selfish, heartless, pushy, bossy, mean bully of a girl!
And a side note, it's weird they uncensor it in America by redubbing her dialogue. After the elimination, Lindsay had a much heroic role where she came up with an unsettling dare on having your head shaved by Chef, and guess who got it? In Total Drama Action, she proved to herself that she wasn't just some blonde stereotype. Even if she's not the brightest person, she made it possible when she sets her mind to it. And her cluelessness helped her win a few challenges and upset Courtney. Even in Total Drama World Tour, she acts like a motivational speaker for Team Victory no matter how many members they had left. And the 5th spot for Total Drama Heroes goes to Lindsay, her hotness.
Who wants to ride in my invisible jet?
I do! Man, I love this gig!
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe me for a new review and other project every week. I'll see you soon.